This is my Coleman Broadband mesh quad chair, and in this video we'll be testing for its ease of setup, seat measurements, comfort, features, materials, and much more. To set up this Coleman chair, first undo the drawstring at the top of the chair, release the cinch, and pull the chair out. Next, grab opposite ends of the chair, pull it open, and it's basically all done. Here's a full time lapse of the entire setup. I timed myself and it took about 6 seconds. To pack away the chair, grab 2 of the 4 corners, preferably opposite ends, lift it off the ground, and pull everything together. Then slide it back into the carry bag feet first, and the rest of the chair will go in no problem at all. The bag is a decent size, so it's not difficult to get everything back in. Here's another full time lapse, and my entire pack away took me about 21 seconds, including getting it back into the bag. When it comes to the unfolded dimensions, here are Coleman's marketed dimensions. I found these to be pretty accurate. Longest width from armrest to armrest comes in at about 32 inches. The longest length from the side comes in at about 21.3 inches, and the total height comes in at about 34.7 inches from the ground to the top of the chair. If you want more detailed seat measurements, here's everything you need to know. Total seat length, 21.3 inches. This is exactly the same as the marketed seat length. However, take note that the seat length at the front, after taking into account the 2 steel bars by the sides, is 17.3 inches or 4 inches less. Seat depth from the mesh back to the front of the seat is 17.1 inches. Seat height from the front of the chair is 16 inches. However, after you actually sit on it and you take the height from the ground upwards, that comes in at only about 11 inches. That's a total difference of about 5 inches lower. And compared to the marketed seat height of slightly more than 18 inches, it's an even bigger difference, so just take note of that. The backrest height, which is from the seat to the top of the chair, comes in at almost 20 inches. This is enough to cover my entire back, but not enough to give me like a headrest. If you're taller though, the top 3 inches of backrest height is actually very flimsy with little support from the ends, just FYI here. The backrest width is 20 inches. Lastly, the angle of recline is very slight, coming in at just 5 degrees. As for the amount of mesh this Coleman chair has, the backrest is made of about 70% mesh, while the seat is made out of like full fabric. Total mesh comes up to about 35% for this chair. Having more mesh is more breathable and keeps you cooler on hotter days. Fabric, on the other hand, is less breathable, gets much warmer after some time, and on screen you'll see the results of a 1-hour sit test that I did. One feature this chair has is armrests, and I think these were made of the same fabric as the seat. Take note that Coleman says these armrests are adjustable. But I noticed that the connection at the back of mine is rigid. Mine doesn't move at all, hence not actually adjustable for me. As for storage option, this chair has only one mesh cup holder with a width of about 2.8 inches, and it holds up to only a single can and nothing too much bigger. There are no pockets on this chair. As for materials, the fabric isn't very padded. It's on the thinner side, but not lightweight enough, and no info was provided as to what material it is. The poles are made of alloy steel. These can support up to 250 pounds, and the thickness of the poles comes in at about 0.63 inches. Some additional info: this has a 1-year warranty and it's made in China. For stability, here's what I noticed. Every side of the chair has an X-pole structure for better stability. The feet are decently big and the pull joints are simple rivets. Overall, I had no issues with stability. Next, we have portability. The carry bag has a single non-adjustable webbing strap that allows you to sling it over your shoulder when you're done packing it up, making for easy carry. The weight of the chair comes in at 5.8 pounds, the storage bag is 0.2 pounds, and the total weight is 6 pounds. This is slightly lighter than the marketed weight by Coleman. As for the pack size, here are the dimensions. 35 inches in length, 6.3 inches in width, and 5.1 inches in height. This is relatively close to the marketed pack size that Coleman provided as well. And here's what it looks like beside a 2-person Coleman Sundome tent. It's about 30% longer. For pros, the biggest benefit of buying this Coleman Broadband chair is its very budget price, and I'll put a screenshot of the price up on the screen. It's definitely one of the cheapest options out there. I love the easy setup as well. Just pull on 2 opposite corners and the entire chair is basically up. And the big pro is that the pack away is equally easy. There isn't a lot of material on this chair, so it slips into the carry bag very easily. Most other chairs will take quite a bit longer to pack away, which can sometimes be a bit annoying. And of course, this chair has all the basic features like a mesh backrest so it doesn't get too hot in the summer, a mesh cup holder for hydration, and armrests so you can better relax. However, this chair doesn't have anything apart from the basic features. For example, it doesn't have any pockets for your phone, the armrests are not adjustable, there's no head or neck rest, and of course no fancy features like reclining or rocking features. If this video has been helpful so far, please help me hit that like button. It really helps me out. Thank you so much, and I really appreciate it. Next, bear in mind the seat height is much lower than what Coleman markets it as. It sags quite a bit when you sit on the chair, so the overall height becomes much lower than expected. And just don't expect top of the line kind of quality. The materials are just average build, steel with a probably sort of polyester fabric. The weight capacity isn't high at all. The chair dimensions are not very big, mostly just average, and you also find several loose threads along the way. But if this fits your budget, I think you get a very decent bare bones chair for the price that you pay, and I would recommend it if you can't afford anything more expensive. But is this the best budget camp chair though? I check out a bunch of other chairs from Coleman, plus from loads of other brands on this video on screen, so do check that out. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in that one.